What's up everyone? Glad to see you again. Welcome back to my channel Cyber Network. Today, we're diving deep into the world of hacking. Now, hacking itself is a massive, complex world, but we're going to try and break down some of the most common techniques as quickly as possible. From phishing emails to ransomware attacks, we're covering it all. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Alright, first up, phishing. Imagine getting an email that looks exactly like it's from your bank, right? It's got the logo, maybe even your name on it, and it's urging you to update your login information. But it's actually a fake, designed to steal your info. That's phishing, tricking you into giving away sensitive data. It's all about deception, making you think it's legit. Think of those you want a prize. Messages, classic phishing bait, and they're getting more sophisticated, near-perfect replicas of legitimate websites and emails. Double-check the sender's address. Hover over links to see where they lead. Legitimate organizations never ask for sensitive info over email. Be vigilant and hit that spam button. Next up, we're talking keylogging. This one's all about stealth. Imagine a tiny program, practically invisible, running on your computer, recording every single keystroke you make. That's a keylogger. It's like having someone literally looking over your shoulder as you type, capturing everything from private messages to passwords and credit card numbers. It's particularly dangerous because it often operates in the background, so you might not even realize you're compromised. Keyloggers can sneak onto your system through malicious links, infected downloads, or even compromised hardware. Once installed, they silently log your every keystroke, creating a goldmine for cybercriminals. Protecting yourself involves a multi-layered approach. Keep your operating system and antivirus software updated to patch vulnerabilities. Be cautious about the websites you visit and the files you download, and consider using a password manager, as it can prevent keyloggers from capturing your actual passwords on specific websites. Now let's decode SQL injection. Think of websites like buildings, and the data they hold as valuable treasures locked inside. SQL is the language many websites use to manage and access that data. SQL injection is like finding a secret backdoor into the building. Hackers exploit vulnerabilities in a website's code to inject malicious SQL commands, tricking the system into giving them access to information they shouldn't have. Imagine a login form. You enter your username and password, but what if instead of your credentials, a hacker inserts a carefully crafted SQL command? If the website isn't properly protected, that command could bypass authentication, grant them admin access, or even worse, allow them to steal the entire database. Protecting against SQL injection is crucial. Developers need to implement robust input validation and sanitization techniques to prevent malicious code from being executed. It's about building secure websites from the ground up. Chapter 4. Cross-site scripting, XSS. Turning websites against their users. Moving on to cross-site scripting, or XSS. This one's all about turning a website's own features against its users. Imagine visiting a trusted website, like a forum or social media platform. You think you're safe, right? But what if a hacker found a way to inject malicious code into that website? That's the essence of XSS. This code could then execute in your browser, potentially stealing your cookies, hijacking your account, or even redirecting you to a malicious website. Preventing XSS attacks requires vigilance from both website owners and users. Developers need to implement strong security measures to prevent malicious code injection. As users, be cautious about the links you click, especially on websites where user-generated content is prevalent. Chapter 5. Denial of Service, DOS, overloading the system. Now let's talk about bringing the house down, digitally speaking, with denial of service attacks, or DOS. Imagine a website as a store and legitimate users are customers trying to get in. A DOS attack is like flooding the store with a massive crowd, making it impossible for actual customers to enter. Hackers achieve this by bombarding a server with a massive amount of traffic, overwhelming its resources and causing it to crash or become unresponsive. Think of it like sending thousands of emails to a single inbox simultaneously. DOS attacks can disrupt businesses, websites, and even critical infrastructure. Imagine a bank's website going down during peak hours. That's the kind of chaos a DOS attack can cause. Protecting against DOS attacks involves having robust network infrastructure, implementing traffic monitoring and filtering systems, and having a plan in place to mitigate attacks if they occur. It's about building resilience into your online presence. Chapter 6. Man in the Middle, MITM, the invisible eavesdropper. Let's move on to man-in-the-middle attacks, or MITM. Imagine you're sending a private message to a friend, thinking it's just between the two of you. But what if someone was secretly intercepting and reading your messages without you knowing? That's the essence of a MITM attack. Hackers position themselves between two parties communicating online, secretly intercepting and potentially even altering the information being exchanged. Imagine a hacker tapping into a public Wi-Fi network and intercepting data transmitted between your device and the internet. MITM attacks can be used to steal login credentials, eavesdrop on conversations, and even manipulate transactions. It's like having an invisible eavesdropper listening in on your every digital move. Protecting yourself involves using strong encryption protocols like HTTPS for secure websites, being cautious about connecting to public Wi-Fi networks, and being aware of the potential for MITM attacks, especially when transmitting sensitive information. Next up, we're diving into the world of ransomware, a chilling threat that can bring your digital life to a standstill. Imagine this. You turn on your computer one morning and all your files are locked. A message pops up, demanding a ransom to regain access. That's ransomware in action. This malicious software encrypts your files, making them completely inaccessible without the decryption key, which the attackers hold hostage. They demand a ransom, often in cryptocurrency, in exchange for the key to unlock your data. Ransomware attacks can target individuals, businesses, and even critical infrastructure. Hospitals, schools, government agencies. No one is immune. It's a lucrative business for cybercriminals, who exploit vulnerabilities to infiltrate systems and wreak havoc. Protecting yourself involves regular data backups, keeping your operating system and software updated, being cautious about suspicious emails and attachments, and avoiding clicking on suspicious links. Prevention is key because once ransomware takes hold, it can be incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to recover your data without paying the ransom. Now let's delve into the shadowy world of zero-day exploits. Vulnerabilities in software that are unknown to the software maker and can be exploited by hackers before a fix is released. Imagine a flaw in a popular software program, a weakness that hackers discover and exploit before the developers even know it exists. That's the danger of a zero-day exploit. It's like finding a secret passage into a fortress that no one knew existed. These vulnerabilities are incredibly valuable to cybercriminals because they allow them to launch attacks that are difficult to defend against. By the time a patch is released, the damage may already be done. Protecting against zero-day exploits is a constant race against time. Keep your software updated as developers release patches to fix vulnerabilities as soon as they're discovered. Use a reputable antivirus and anti-malware software to help detect and block known threats. Now, let's shift gears and talk about social engineering, a hacking technique that relies on human psychology rather than technical prowess. It's the art of manipulating people into divulging confidential information or performing actions that compromise security. Think of it as hacking the human operating system. Instead of targeting machines, social engineers target people, exploiting their trust, helpfulness, or even their fear to gain access to sensitive information. Social engineering attacks can take many forms, from phishing emails that trick you into revealing your password to phone calls from scammers pretending to be tech support. It's about persuasion, deception, and exploiting human vulnerabilities. Protecting yourself involves being aware of the tactics social engineers use, being cautious about who you trust online and offline, verifying requests for information, and being skeptical of unsolicited communication. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Finally, let's wrap things up with password cracking, the art of breaking into accounts by figuring out their passwords. Now, this isn't about randomly guessing letters and numbers. It's a systematic approach to uncovering passwords, often using sophisticated tools and techniques. Imagine a dictionary attack, where hackers use software to try thousands of common passwords per second. Or brute force attacks, where they systematically try every possible combination of characters until they crack the code. Password cracking can be alarmingly effective, especially if people use weak or easily guessable passwords. It's a stark reminder that our digital lives are only as secure as the passwords we use to protect them. So, how do you create a password that's truly strong? First, make it long, at least 12 characters. Mix upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Avoid common words or phrases. And most importantly, don't reuse passwords across multiple accounts. A password manager can be a lifesaver here, generating and storing complex passwords for all your accounts. So, that was a rapid-fire look at some of the most common hacking techniques out there. We covered a lot of ground, from the deceptive tricks of phishing to the brute force of password cracking. It's a complex and ever-evolving landscape, but understanding the basics is crucial for staying safe online. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding how these attacks work, you're better equipped to spot them, avoid them, and protect yourself. The internet can be an amazing tool, but it's also a place where caution and awareness are paramount. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tech insights. Stay safe online, Cyber Network.